because these people do not see the punishment that they deserve. So the lack of accountability that is present in our bureaucracy as a whole, that makes these people have impunity over their actions, and they just raise higher and higher in power, and then people are just forced to fear them. So that is it.
US history,
Yes, sir.
in the past and even presently, a number of mass killings are taking place in America.
Ji, sir.
Why? What's wrong with the society over there, and why the gun laws are so relaxed? Due to the easy availability of guns, such acts are taking place over there.
So as far as USA is concerned, they portray themselves to be the guarantor of the human rights and liberties. So I think this is those liberties which aren't checked. They have resulted in some of the laws and some of the acts which just create a paradox there, that they cannot repeal those laws because they would be against the rights that their constitution offers, and they cannot just put extra checks which are required. So I think this is the over liberty that they have given to people, so they can access the arms and guns, and then they can just go about their whims and use those in the instruments. So I think this is that. Thank you, sir.
Savera.
Yes, ma'am.
What does Savera mean?
So Savera means dawn.
Dawn. While describing the arkan of Islam, you also mentioned jihad.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you define jihad?
Sir, ma'am, I would define jihad as its literal meaning is struggle. So it's of two kinds: struggle against one's own self, one's own ego, and the struggle against an enemy. So I would define the most important aspect of it which is mostly ignored in the society, and jihad is termed as a kind of terrorism and extremism by the West and used as an expression of Islamophobia. But jihad in actuality means fighting your own self and your own desires, which makes you work in an excessive manner and works you against humanity. So I think that is jihad, is a struggle to keep your ego in check.
But in Christianity also they have crusades.
Yes, ma'am.
What is your take on that?
Ma'am, they were the historical events which I haven't read about. I want to read about it, so I cannot comment on that right now.
Your book, one of the books that you've mentioned is Awaken the Giant Within.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me what are your takes on that book?
Ma'am, when I read this book, I read it in 2020, but the lessons that it taught me, they just stuck with me. It gives you a very thorough guide on how to improve your financial, your physical and your personal improvement as in your personality. For example, one of the idea that the author, the Anthony Robbins, gives, which is there with me since then, is that success is directly proportional to an abbreviation that he created called CANI, constant and never-ending improvement. So that is, I think, the core of our life and our struggles, that if we move in a direction constantly with never-ending enthusiasm, then success is ours in whatever field, may it be financial or economic or personal, anything.
Are you interested in international relations also?
Yes, ma'am, I am interested.
So tell me, what is Pakistan's nuclear doctrine?
Ma'am, Pakistan's nuclear doctrine is not a formal one, it is not a written one, but it is derived from the speeches of the important public officials, and it is known to be full spectrum deterrence. so that Pakistan have achieved the capabilities, a second strike or first strike capabilities, and it has moved on from the credible minimum deterrence that was just acquiring the minimum defense outlook of the nuclear state, because Pakistan has India-centric nuclear policy, and India is much larger than us in terms of size and conventional forces that motivated us to shift our doctrine to the full spectrum deterrence. And it also involves the achievement of the tactical weapons in the short range. India is much larger than us in terms of size and conventional forces that motivated us to shift our doctrine to the full spectrum deterrence. And it also involves the achievement of the tactical weapons in the short range.
Russian-Ukraine war.
Yes, ma'am, I am.
So yesterday the head of EU went to Kiev.
Yes, ma'am.
What impact do you think will it have on the war?
Ma'am, if the EU, the member of EU went to Kiev to start some diplomatic negotiations, which I am hoping that it would, so that is going to be a positive development, because USA is completely just has concerned itself to arm Ukraine to just weaken and humiliate Russia. So I think that if EU plays a more moderate role in bringing Russia and Ukraine to the table to negotiate their differences, because EU is very much harmed by the gas prices and subsidies there, and it is facing a domestic crisis because of that. So if it plays a sensible and moderate role, so it is going to be beneficial for the war.
Thank you so much, Savera.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Dr. Saab.
Thank you, ma'am. Elsewhere, you read US history.
Yes, sir.
Virginia was the first state where people from Britain established.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me the history of Virginia and why we call this the name Virginia?
So, as far as the name is concerned, I can remember it is named after the Queen Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth, she was called the Virgin Queen. So, it is named after that, and it was the first settlement.
Okay, that's fine. Tell me, what was the significance of Mayflower Pact and when it happened?
So Mayflower, I don't remember the date, but Mayflower Pact was the pact that was decided by the people who were coming through Mayflower ship to settle into the new America. And it has a significance because it was one of its kind, and it created it created a precedent that people from the colonies, they can join together and work.
What Bill of the Rights guaranteed rights of women in US Constitution?
Sir, I cannot recall the specific one.
Okay. Well, when Russia and Germany concluded non-aggression pact, and which year it was? Have you heard about the non-aggression pact between Russia and Germany?
I cannot recall about.
You're a student of international relations. In 1949, there was a Berlin blockage.
Yes,
what
sir.
was the immediate consequences of the Berlin blockage?
The Berlin blockade was a very crucial period in the time of the Cold War,
Yeah.
and it resulted in the weakening of Germany.
What Western states concluded after the Berlin blockage?
Sir, I'm not able to.
You didn't heard about the NATO?
Sir, I did.
Okay. Who abrogated the second constitution of Pakistan and which year?
The second constitution of Pakistan was abrogated by General Ziaul Haq.
General Ziaul Haq?
Yes, sir.
In which year?
Sir, year I cannot recall right now.
When second constitution of Pakistan formulated, in which year?
1956. 1962. 1962.
56 का कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन था, फिर 62 का था,
Yes, sir. Then
फिर
73.
73 का था, दरमियान में कहीं एब्रोगेट तो हुआ है ना.
Oh, yes, this is my last question.
Okay, sir.
When objective resolution presented?
Sir, it was 12th March 1949.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's close the formal session. Let's have informal discussion.
Okay, sir.
ठीक है? You tell us how you feel. How was your performance?
Sir, I am not very much satisfied with my performance.
तो माशाल्लाह you have got positive बहुत सारी अच्छी चीज़ें हैं, बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जो कंट्रोल करनी है.
जी सर.
इंट्रोडक्शन को 1 पेजर बनाओ, जाके लिखो अपना इंट्रोडक्शन 5-7 सफ़े लिख के फिर उसमें बनाओ कहना क्या चाहती हो आप. ठीक है ना?
ओके सर.
तो यू हैव टू बी केयरफुल. पर्सनल क्वालिटी जो है ना उस पर ज़्यादा अभी ये प्रोफेशनल इंटरव्यू है, इस पर फोकस करो.
ओके सर.
दूसरी ये है कि माशाल्लाह यू आर इंटेलिजेंट, तुम्हारी पर्सनालिटी बड़ी अच्छी है, कम्युनिकेशन स्किल आर्टिकुलेट है, स्टेबल हो, कॉन्फिडेंस भी है, नॉलेज लेवल भी सेटिस्फैक्ट्री है. लेकिन न्यूज़पेपर रीडिंग की तरफ तवज्जो करो. यू जस्ट एक अखबार, अब तुम इंटरव्यू की तैयारी कर रही हो.
जी सर.
पिछले 90 दिन के एक अंग्रेज का अखबार ले लो, न्यूज़ ले लो या डॉन ले लो. नेशनल, इंटरनेशनल, डोमेस्टिक, सोशल न्यूज़ की नोटबुक बनाई हुई है या नहीं?
सर बना रही हूँ.
इस किस्म की एक नोटबुक बनाओ, समथिंग लाइक दैट. एक पेज के ऊपर हेडिंग लिखो, नीचे 1 2 3 4 पॉइंट लिखो.
ओके सर.
जब आपको जवाब देना पड़ेगा तो आप उन 5-6 पॉइंट को फोकस करेंगे और रिवीजन करती रहो. एनर्जी क्राइसिस है, वाटर क्राइसिस है, पाक अफगान बॉर्डर इशू है, इंडिया चाइना है, चाइना इंडिया है. ठीक है?
यस सर.
तो ये करो और माशाल्लाह यू आर फुली मोटिवेटेड, एम्बिशियस है आप. ये लकी यू आर कि तुम्हारे पास टाइम है.
जी
एंड
सर.
यू आर हियर विद अस. वी आर वेरी हैप्पी टू रिसीव यू. आई एम. ठीक है ना? अब इसका फायदा उठाओ. जो हम कह रहे हैं ना इसको सुन लो.
यस सर, ऑफ कोर्स.
ठीक है? तो यू नीड टू प्रिपेयर योरसेल्फ. ये नोटबुक जाके बना लो. 3 महीने के अखबार सारे करो. 80% तुम्हारा इंटरव्यू उसी में से होगा. एवरीथिंग विल बी वेरीफाइड. क्या तुम सवेरा हो जिस तरह उन्होंने पूछ लिया?
यस सर.
ठीक है ना? यहाँ से शुरू होगा और ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन लॉ तक चला जाएगा,
जी सर.
किताबों पे चला जाएगा. ठीक है? अगर तुम हिम्मत करो तो.
सर एक्चुअली टाइम इतना ज्यादा है ना, तो वो मोटिवेशन ही नहीं आ रही तैयारी करने की. तो दैट इज अ
इसीलिए
वीकनेस
तो
ऑन
तुम्हें
माय
हम
पार्ट.
लेके बैठे हैं. You
Yes,
see,
sir.
this is why we are telling you कि तुम्हारे वीक एरियाज क्या है.
Sir, I'll
तो अब
work
now
on
you
that
need
now.
to focus them. I'm glad कि you are here.
Yes.
तो you are going to make it इंशाल्लाह. रूरल सेल से हो तुम तो पुलिस में आ भी जाओगी. Excellent reply you have given to us.
Thank you so much, sir.
हाँ, तो आपने बड़ा अच्छा परफॉर्म किया है. हाँ, और कमिंग फ्रॉम रूरल सिंध बड़ी खुशी हुई कि यू पुट अप दिस परफॉर्मेंस. और मुझे एक चीज़ आपकी बड़ी अच्छी लगी कि आपने 1 साल ऑफ किया, यानी फर्दर एजुकेशन नहीं ली, और इसके लिए आपने किया, ट्राई किया.
जी सर.
और देख लें आपकी मेहनत 1 साल की, इसका फल आपके सामने है, हमारे सामने है. शाबाश.
Thank you, sir.
Savera, you are a Savera, mashallah. You have that personality. You are intelligent. You are very articulate. When you write personalities,
Yes, ma'am.
like Muniba Mazari is favorite of a lot of people because how she struggled in life,
Yes, ma'am.
and despite her handicap, how she manages her life.
Yes, ma'am.
But beta, the personalities you write here are not about the personalities, it's about you. So write a personality, write one, but you should have a thorough knowledge of that personality. Emily Dixon, Xi Jinping, entirely different people. So the panelists who will examine you in the final will be evaluating you on what you have written here and say, what are the factors that are motivating this young lady in choosing these personalities as a favorite.
Yes, ma'am.
So questions will start coming on you and you might not be very prepared. You know, Muniba, yes, you know a little bit, but you really don't know all her background.
Yes, ma'am, I don't.
She has built a narrative which is very successful, but what is the truth? You don't know. So don't write a personality that you're not sure of. Don't write a personality that is controversial. Choose a personality. If Xi Jinping is your favorite, you should know everything about Xi Jinping, his personal life, his political life, his international stature, everything you should know about. Similarly, you said exploring, but exploring what? It doesn't say. So exploring is a very ambiguous term.
Okay, ma'am.
Don't put ambiguous terms, because then you can get into trouble with the panel. They can ask you exploring, outer space, exploring ocean depths. What are you exploring? You will not be able to defend. Whatever you write it in a very clear manner that you don't get into trouble with anybody. Subjects, you should have full knowledge. There's a knowledge gap.
Yes, ma'am.
You have time. Now prepare for it. And I'm sure you will do very well. You're a winning horse.
Thank you.
Wish you all the best.
Thank you for the motivation.
So you did very well, but I would say that you have a little knowledge gap in your optional subjects. उसको थोड़ा सा देख लीजिएगा. यूएस बिल ऑफ राइट आपने हिस्ट्री पढ़ी हो यूएस की, उसमें वुमेन्स के राइट्स को गारंटी नहीं किया गया. आप जनरल स्टडीज भी पढ़ रही हैं, ठीक है, इस चीज़ को भी देखिएगा. और आईआर का आपका थोड़ा सा फिजिक्स नॉलेज है, थोड़ा सा उसको थोड़ा सा रिवाइज कीजिएगा. अभी आपने बताया था कि आपको अभी तक मोटिवेशन नहीं मिल रही प्रिपरेशन के लिए, टाइम ज़्यादा है. अब आपके ग्रे एरियाज इनको फोकस कीजिए. ठीक है
जी सर.
चलो देखो, बात सुनो. ये पाकिस्तान की जो है ना दिस स्टडीज में 1857 से 1947 तक इस पीरियड के 90 सवाल बनते हैं.
ओके सर.
हर साल का एक सवाल बन गया.
यस सर.
तो बस इसको इस तरह देखो, 1857 में क्या इवेंट था, 58 में क्या था, इसी तरह देखोगे ना 90 में से फिर तुम्हें पता चला कि ये तो सारे 20 इवेंट है जो कि इम्पोर्टेंट है, बाकी तो खाली है. ठीक है.
So this guidance was very important to get started now.
अखबार
Sir, inshallah.
80% यहाँ 20% वहाँ, और तैयारी अब इस पे करो. Best of luck.
I'll come here again with an improved knowledge.
You come
inshallah.
with improved knowledge, inshallah. You will make it. Best of luck.
Oh, thank you.